So we're going to talk about the 4 and 2 plan first. Each person on this plan will have 4 fuelings, 2 lean and green meals, and 2 amino acids, essential amino acids. It's important that on exercise days that they will have 2 essential amino acids that day. It's important to know too that when they have their essential amino acids, they drink the essential amino acids if they're exercising. Let's say they're exercising first thing in the morning, they would have it first thing in the morning and then later, the second one later in the day. However, if they're not going to exercise till later in the day at some point, it's important to have that first EAA first thing in the morning and then squeeze that second one in right after a workout. We'd like it to be within 20 minutes of exercise and to drink that entire drink once you mix it within a 15-minute period of time. They don't want you to linger and drink that over an hour or two. So who is the active 4, 2, and 2 plan for? It's for anybody who has less than 15 pounds to lose or more than 15 pounds to lose, but is okay with losing it at a slower rate. Someone who wants to build and retain muscle, somebody who wants to incorporate medium intensity for 45 to 60 minutes per day, someone who has been successful on the 501 plan already and ready to move to transition and work on workouts and their health in that way. So they might be ready for that then. And also anyone who prefer to be more nutritionally flexible, who would need or prefer to more nutritional flexibility, in a day-to-day plan. For instance, I've recommended this plan the last few months to several of my clients, at least 3 of them, that have struggled with 5-in-1 off and on for a very long time. They just struggle and they fall off more than they're on. For those, they realize that they're going to lose it slower. It's not actually a fat burn plan, but they can lose weight and will lose weight on it more slow. And so those clients are actually doing better staying on 4 and 2 with 1 amino acid because they're not working out than they were with 5-in-1. So that gives somebody a little bit of flexibility with that. And then you can see the different, what constitutes a low, medium, and high intensity workout. I won't go over that because I think we've talked about it a few times already leading up to today. This 4 and 2 active plan is 4 fuelings, which are provided by us, 2 lean and greens, of course, not provided by us, 64 ounces of water per day or half your body weight, eat within 30 minutes of waking, eats no less and no more than 2.5 to 3 hours, set an alarm, eats the entire weighed and measured lean and green. We really want to weigh and measure that. We don't want to eyeball it, including a healthy fat, depending on which lean protein they choose, 3 condiments, which is allowed but not required. You don't have to eat those condiments. 1 scoop of essential amino acids a day or 2 scoops for those who are exercising daily. And also those who want to incorporate medium intensity exercise for 45 to 60 minutes. And then we just need to follow the guide. If it's not in the guide, don't eat it when your clients call and ask if they can have something, right?
So Denise, I wanted to say that the 4-2 active plan is, if somebody is not working out to this medium intensity level, we'd probably still recommend maybe the 5-in-1 active. If they're working out up to 45 minutes, maybe the 5-in-1 active is better than the 4 and 2. But if they're working out 45 minutes to an hour, they're really starting to build their exercise and their activity level, then the 4-2 active plan might be more appropriate. So this is where, when we're doing a health assessment and we're trying to figure out which of the plans would be best suited for this particular client, then you want to take into account what is their current activity level. And I think you make a really good point. There are people who have been off and on the 5-in-1 plan or some variation of the plan for many, many years, and especially those that are returning, they do get a little bit of 5-in-1 fatigue, and they just, want to eat, you hear the excuse, oh, I just want to eat more real food, right? Like a fueling is not real food. And so for those people that are just wanting that variety, that just, need to kind of break the monotony of maybe a 5-in-1 plan, the 4 and 2 active can be a really good option. And this might also be where you would encourage them to do a little bit more activity, a little bit more exercise to help them, realize that health is a long game, and being healthy isn't all about losing weight and being on a diet. It's about feeding their body the nutrition it needs based on their current activity level. So this is a really good alternative. And I think, it's really fun to also meet people where they're at, where before we've either tried to fit them into the 5-in-1 peg, or they just couldn't do our plan. Well, now we have other plans in the 5-in-2 plan. They're just going to lose weight a little bit slower, but wow, are they going to get everything that they need and the ability to work out, and they're going to feel like they're participating, and they're still going to get all the support, the one-on-one coaching, the life book, all of the community stuff. So it's really an amazing plan for people that just need that little extra.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Here we have what constitutes the exercise recommendations: active, low, medium, high. I think we all know what active would be, is probably most of us that are not doing an official exercise plan. I think of Shannon when I look at medium. Medium, she's walking her horses and getting like 20,000 steps in, right? That would actually be medium versus low. High, I think of Rochelle. Rochelle's teaching exercise classes several a day. She's moving a lot. So you find yourself in there, or talk to your client and find your client in there where they're at, so you know what to recommend for them. Anything to add to that one also?
Yeah, I would just say, Denise, a lot of our clients really at the very beginning are in the either sedentary, active, or low. Even if they're working out, a lot of times they're only working out, half an hour to 40 minutes, something light, a little bit of treadmill, a little bit of cardio, maybe a little yoga class, or a short walk or something like that. So a lot of times the medium and high, which are probably going to be more of our 4-2-2 and maybe even the 3-in-3 plan, are probably not ideal for the majority of our clients. But again, understanding their current exercise level will help you determine which of our plans are going to be the best fit for them. So I love this slide.
So 5-in-1 would probably, or 5-in-1 active would probably be something that's in the active and the low categories. And
Correct.
someone that's 4-2-2 would be more like medium. And someone in the high category might be someone that's doing like a 3-in-3 active.
Yes, that'd be
Okay.
great.
Then here we're going to start talking about the 3-in-3 active plan, which includes 3 fuelings, 3 well-balanced meals. Notice it didn't say lean and green, 2 essential amino acids, and 1 whey. I know the whey gets kind of scary for some of us. We don't exactly know where that fits in. And we're going to talk about that one right now too. So this plan is probably for somebody who's in the high intensity workout. The one I was talked about, Rochelle is doing different several exercise classes a day, because she's an instructor and she's teaching it. That's why she's doing that many. You want to be at or near your healthy weight range, and you desire to create and continue a healthier lifestyle. You want to build and retain muscle. You desire to improve body composition by incorporating high intensity exercise at least 60 minutes a day, training for a specific goal like a race or competition, and you're living a healthy lifestyle already, but you're pursuing ultra health. You're still only eating 6 times a day. So this one takes a little bit of work to figure out where you want everything to fit in, because you're still eating 6 times a day. But if you see there, you have 3 fuelings, 3 balanced meals, 2 EAAs, and 1 whey. How are you going to do that? I believe that we recommend that the whey product is taken first thing in the morning. First thing in the morning or last thing at night is what they recommend for the whey protein powder. You're still, like I said, you're still only eating 6 times a day. You're working on ultra health, and you probably, for somebody who you've already reached your goal and you just want to maintain and work out more exercise. I'm not saying that very clearly, but so for instance, you might have that whey protein first thing in the morning with the fueling. You can incorporate them both together. You might have that way first thing in the morning with one of your balanced meals. You have a lot of different ways to kind of fit it in together. The whey is 24 grams of protein, I believe, and 140 calories. So it's actually the equivalent of a lean and green, the protein part of a lean meal, correct, Russ?
That's correct.
Okay. Do you want to take any questions or just keep going on this one?
Yeah, I think, just my commentary on this one is that this is not a fat burning program. This is not for people that, want to lose weight. This is people that have reached their goal. They're moving on to the optimization phase of our plan. They're wanting to incorporate high intensity workouts and still maintain a healthy, balanced meal plan. So they're getting 3 fuelings, 3 healthy meals. They're getting their EAAs to help with the muscle recovery and the muscle building, and certainly the whey protein as well. And the whey protein is giving them an extra 24 grams of protein. So again, that's why this plan is recommended for those people that are really high intensity, really working towards their goal. They're maybe even body sculpting. They're wanting to, lean out. They're wanting to just take their health to the next level. But anyway, I just think it's a really good option for people that have reached their goal. So I see that Sherry raised her hand
Well,
too.
before you go to Sherry, one thing that they recommend with the whey protein is first thing in the morning or last thing at night, but it's also recommended around workout. So just a lot more flexibility there with that whey protein, Russ.
Yeah, I think the EAA would be probably more appropriate right after the workout. The whey protein would probably happen first thing in the morning or later at night. The reason why they're recommending that is it helps you just kind of jumpstart your day, gives you that dose of 24 grams of protein right out of the gate. Or in the evening, it helps you elevate your blood sugars as you sleep and might help you get a better night's sleep. So there's lots of flexibility with this plan. People that are doing the 3 and 3 active plan are going to be able to figure out what's the best fit for them, but still only eating 6 times a day. So,
Okay, Sherry.
Okay, yeah, and I would say maybe check with nutrition support too, because depending on a person and I guess what their routine is, because I know that I've read too that that the whey protein is you if you're working that on the days when you're working out, you're having it within an hour after the workout and your EAAs too, but like so the way I understood it was you have your EAAs within the first, 20 to 30 minutes and you're drinking them within 15 minutes and then ideally you're having that whey protein within an hour after. So I would say double check with them depending on a person's routine. There are some different scenarios and so it really is individualized. It's very important to find out exactly people's exercise levels and what they're willing to give up or not give up, and then kind of based on that, if you have questions about the timing of when and what, you can always check with nutrition support. But anyway, I just thought I'd share because I mean, that's going to be more the extreme and not to confuse anybody, but yeah, but there's some situations when that would be appropriate for
I love
three
that
and
we have
three.
nutrition support to reach out to. That's great.
Mhm.
Hey, Joy, go ahead.
The way that I use the EAAs and have always used whey protein is I drink the EAA, the amino acids, first thing in the morning,
Mhm.
and then during my workout. It helps me retain some of the electrolytes and stuff like that as I'm working out, as I'm sweating. And then I have always drank the protein just post workout. So within that hour, like Sherry said, because your body continues to metabolize and you want to replace that protein so that your body's not going to use your muscles as a source of energy as it continues to metabolize after the workout. So I suggest, and like Sherry said, I think it's a good idea to check with nutrition support, but I always suggest the whey protein post workout so that your body has the protein to continue to burn off and not the muscles you just tried to build.
yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Joy. And when you look at the materials in Optavia Connect or in both client answers and coach answers, what they're describing is a lot of flexibility based on your experience, based on the person's individual workout. People are working out at odd times, varying times of the day. And you're right, if somebody is just simply doing the whey protein, they do recommend that you do that immediately after exercise. But those that are incorporating both whey and the EAAs, they give a wide variety of options. And so I just dropped in the chat a link to the Coach Answers, which gives like 9 or 10 different scenarios of how to work in both the EAAs and the whey with the workout and without. So, like I said, this is more of a plan for somebody that's reached their ultimate goal, and is incorporating a high degree of exercise and wanting to take their health to the next level. And I think Joy and Sherry, you guys are exactly right. You have the flexibility to work it with what's best for you. And nutrition support is always a great support for somebody who has got something maybe a little bit more unique than somebody that's just following a cookie cutter meal plan.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Thank you for that. Thanks for dropping that in the chat too. So 3 and 3 active plan is 3 Optavia fuelings, which are provided, and 3 balanced meals, of course, not provided. 64 ounces of water a day or half your body weight. You eat within 30 minutes of waking up. I used to always say for years and years, 45 minutes to an hour. So that's been changed in some time ago, whereas 30 minutes within waking. Eat no less and no more than 2.5 to 3 hours apart. Eat 3 entire weighed out measured meals. Don't eyeball it. And then you'll want to look at the samples if you have anybody on this program. 1 scoop of whey protein, 1 scoop of essential amino acids every day, or 2 scoops on days where they exercise. 2 scoops count as your snack for the day, so don't add snacks into this program. And also you have a desire to improve your body composition by incorporating high intensity workouts at least 60 minutes a day.